Hi, it's me. I'm back with the last of the tutorial on my pocket cookbook, recipe book, mini album to share with you. So I've decorated it all and I'm ready to share with you what the final book looks like. So I just put a ribbon around for a closure. It will get pretty hefty, I think, once you put your photos in, although there's lots of room built in those pockets so that you could actually smush it closed, I think, if you didn't have everything stuffed full. So get rid of the ribbon. For my, as I said, the papers I used were Graphic 45s, Come Away With Me, and I had purchased mine on a really good deal when Blitzy made a boo-boo and listed their paper pad. The 8x8 was listed for $1 something, $1.21 or something like that. And the 12x12 was listed for just a little bit more, but I missed getting the 12x12. They were gone by the time I logged in. But I did get 2 copies of the 8x8. I got 2 copies of the 6x6 Patterns and Solids. I got several pieces of the 12x12 cut-aparts that I wanted, the big cut-aparts. I also picked up the ephemera pack, which at that time I didn't understand what Graphic 45 does with their ephemera packs. If I'd known, I would not have picked up those packs of the cutter parts from Graphic 45 or from the collection, because the ephemera pack is essentially those pages. Although I understand they do sometimes now put in cards in the ephemera pack that weren't on those pages, but even still, that was money I could have saved, even if it was 20 cents. And then I got chipboard and the stickers. So I had lots and lots to work with. I made one other big chunky album that I'm going to someday get around and put all my cruise photos in. And I made some other small projects. I can't think what at the moment, but I know I did. I played with this quite a bit. So anyway, I still have a lot. I bet I could get at least one more, if not 2 more mini albums out of what I have left. But back to the paper. For the cover, I had the craft as my base. I took 2 of the 6x6 Patterns and Solids and used the pattern side in the brown for the base of this cover. I also did the same on the back, and that's all I put on the back. Well, actually, I backed both of them with this dark brown cardstock. I only had a few pieces of that, so I made it last. Put a strip of the stripe down the spine. I don't know if I'm going to yet do something else on the spine. I'm happy with it the way it is. So I used a few of the chipboard pieces with these little sort of raffia tags on the corners. This is one of the big cut-aparts, or maybe you could call it one of the ephemera pieces. This is a border strip here, a border strip here. This was from the title page, cut apart from the title page has a woman in a vintage car, and then this is right on the corner, and so I cut that out. This is one of the chipboard pieces as well, and I just put a little bit of the Dollar Tree crocheted trim around there for some interest, and I wanted to pull that in a little bit. I've put it in a couple of places inside and just wanted to make sure it was sort of had some continuity, so I threw it on the cover a little bit. So that's the cover. I like a flat cover. I know a lot of people put flowers and all the things, and they are beautiful, but how do you store that? I hate dust catchers. I sneeze so easily. Nah, not for me. So inside, this is on the inside cover, I used another piece of the brown and layered it with one sheet of this salmon colored Patterns and Solids. I don't know if I'm in frame. That's better. And I put a slit in it from here to here and made a pocket. So I have a couple of the large tags in here. And I just backed them with the craft. This is a piece of brown ribbon, grosgrain ribbon that I think it's from the Dollar Tree, with another border strip, just to emphasize where that slash is. And then I put 2 little buttons from the chipboard pieces on either corner. This is another, it was a map page that they included in every color of the patterns and solids. And I put that there with the little shipping tag as a catch to hold in a large tag. And this is another one of the ephemera pieces on my pocket page. Border strip here, a couple little postage stamps here. These are two separate pieces of patterns and solids. Actually, no, this is not a pattern and solids. I used the pattern and solid here. I used the blue map. More tickets over here. These two were actually sheets from the collection. But I didn't do anything spectacular. This one I didn't put any kind of embellishment on. It's just ready to be stuffed. And there are indeed a few tags and bits and bobs in each of the pockets. And I won't show that every time. On this side, we have a large tag, and this is one of the patterns and solids. As you can see the scale and the color. This is from the collection. This is a pattern and solid. And it goes into that little pocket, which I have on all 4 pages. On this side, oh, that's what fell. There's that tag. So then we come over here. Much the same. Another piece of the blue pattern with the little "Come Away With Me" chipboard piece and a tag. Over here, the stripe. I actually had tabbed it, and to be perfectly honest, I lost my mind and made 6 tags. But it worked out well because I have several big places for large tags, so it worked out. This one is like this with the salmon, and then inside more of the salmon with some chipboard pieces. I cut this out of a sheet of the paper and put it on that dark brown to give it some emphasis. These were all chipboard pieces with stamps. This was a piece of the crocheted trim, like I said, and I put one of the border strips with, it says "The Joy of the Journey" over and over again. So there you go with that. And, oh, that is okay, there you go. And there's the other one that I made extra in the salmon color with the chipboard piece. Made a little slant catch here. This drops it in there. And there's this tag. The tags measure 5 3/4 is what I ended up making them down to fit in there comfortably. And, whoops, sorry about that. This is another border strip. I used some of that brown paper and made it into a pocket here at the bottom of this little space with a couple of tags. Again, there's tags in both of these pockets. This is sort of a belly band, and it would have a self-stop in the top of this pocket, so you could stick any sort of ephemera or photo in there. And then this is the last section. Again, this should be behind. And why isn't it on there? Well, I shouldn't fiddle with it, should I? There we go. Okay. So, I made a little stop. I cut this out of one of the patterns, one of the papers, not a pattern and solid. It had a quote by Mark Twain, so I put that there. This is a sticker from the sticker sheet. Another one of the small tags from the ephemera kit. That last, and I have it backwards. It turns out to be the same pattern as that, so I'll just switch those around. I don't like to be all matchy-matchy like that. Here's the last page, or the last set of pockets. Just a chipboard piece here. A little mini poster on some of that brown cardstock. Another piece of the ribbon with a border strip on. And the last page is just the "Come Away With Me" piece of ephemera with, I put it on another piece of, I backed it with a little scrap of paper and threw a couple of pieces of lace on. Here's the chipboard tag And the last page is another pocket page exactly like the front, but I did manage to put a piece of ephemera there. So there it is. Happy to have it out of the way. I'm anxious to get started on my bee paper project. So, but I think I'm going to play with those stamps and maybe those watercolors first. Really good stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions about the way I've done things or need more information, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And please subscribe, tell your friends, and come back.